Right, so this session is going to be quite interactive, and you're going to learn why we had a great overview of what Bitcoin is, so now what we can do with it, why we need to pay attention to it. So handing over to Nathaly.
Right, great. So hello and welcome to our really short workshop. So 30 minutes is a bit short for ladies. We always talk a lot, especially me. So yeah. And yeah, we talk today about ladies, detach yourself from your husband's purse. I hope that you are interested in these topics, not only the ladies, also some gentlemen, if I don't see anyone. Here's come one. Great. So, well, please forgive me if my English is not quite fluent, because of the German, French, and Italian, so it's my fourth language I use to speak. So I don't always succeed, but I'm getting better and better. So today we will work together as a team. So I want to do our workshop a bit interactively. And I'm briefly explain you 1-2 inputs with my slide and give you a common thread. So yes, in my experience, this is how we achieve the best results. So if we are learning by doing and talk together, and perhaps it triggers also a stone of change. So let's start. Who I am? I am Nathaly, entrepreneur, mother of 2 wonderful adult boys. So one is Joel, my elder son. I think you know him from the relay videos also. He is the guy, our little magnum, I always say, who speaks for relay. And the second one, the small one, I can say it, he isn't in the room. So he is now still making an interview, I think, with Paolo from Cheddar. That's why he isn't here. So he is my co-host in our podcast, Nomad Podcast. He do the English part, I'm doing the German part. And I always say I'm the head of the Bitcoin Nomad family, because that is what we are. We are whole the family, we are digital nomads. So, what is my professional background? I'm an ex-banker and an accountant, and of course, now I'm a convinced Bitcoiner. So my passion is to train people in self-empowerment. So I'm working with high net worth individuals to empower them that they can manage their wealth themselves, and I mean really themselves. They don't need a banker or investment advisor. I want that they learn how can they do that themselves. Be your own bank, as we Bitcoiner always said. So, yes. Let us start in the topic now. Today, I'm looking to one of my favorite topics. It's about the topic, know the financial system. Then you understand the real value of Bitcoin. And especially here for Lugano Plan B, we do that for women. Not only for women, but I think there are a lot of women here. And we can do together a good work. So let's talk about money and how to detach yourself of your husband's purse. Let's have a look into the past. What was the image of women like in the past? Like this? And how is it now in modern times? In the past, women were responsible for the kitchen, for the kids, for the family, and also to support the career of the man, who was the master of the family. And today we try to put ourselves on the same level as the man to manage everything, family, children, job, career, and also being a woman, right? And one interesting thing is what I keep discovering is that when it comes to the topic of money, that a lot of women get back into the role like their mothers or grandmothers are, the role of the woman like in the past. They really often tell me money is not my topic, I find it boring, I don't understand it anyway, or I was never good in math in school. And sorry, these are all excuses. And I hear it again and again. So it's important to consider these questions before diving in Bitcoin. And you have to understand why it is important to work with the topic of finance. So my question to you is, how fit are you financially? Feel open to speak together. Do you think you are fit in financial topics? Yes. Yeah? Cool.
Okay. Anybody that want to expand?
Well, I got into finance through crypto and actually through investing into a shitcoin and making money off that. And then I got interested in the whole topic, and also 2 years ago started investing in singular stocks and also ETFs. So part of my monthly income, around 500 to 700 euros every month, goes into stocks directly.
But it's not your job, so do you do that for yourself?
No, I'm a journalist and working more with, like I started now also working with financial topics, but that came from this, and my original background is in anthropology and cultural journalism. But I'm from a very like financially illiterate family, and I wanted to break that cycle.
Great.
I think you also mentioned two things very interesting is dollar cost averaging and also diversification as well. I just want to throw that to the audience. Anybody else want to maybe share? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so in the past, let's say 5 years ago, I always felt bad about not investing. And I thought every year around New Year's Eve, next year I will start investing. And I in 2021, I thought, okay, this is the year I will start investing in ETFs, but luckily I found Bitcoin. So I know the concept of diversification, but I think for our generation, Bitcoin is the chance. So I'm from also not very financially educated family, and I'm also from a family where most of the family members didn't go to university, and I think it's a chance. So there's also the concept of opportunity cost. So every euro I don't put into Bitcoin or I put into ETFs, I cannot put into Bitcoin. So it's just a matter of risk aversion, right? Or maybe also a matter of education. After thousands of hours, maybe investing in the topic of Bitcoin, I'm confident enough that it makes sense to invest most of my money that I can save in Bitcoin. And I also brought the topic of taking a loan for Bitcoin to the German-speaking Bitcoin community. I know this sounds crazy, right? But yeah, Bitcoin made me think of money, etc. But I think before, I was just like every woman, I don't feel it's the right topic for me. And now I think it's a super important topic. It's so important for our society. It's so important for our future, the future of our children, for our future generation. I think it's a shift of our universe, to be honest. So I'm glad that more and more people look into the topic.
Well, I'm glad you found Bitcoin, Nicole, because she has a really great podcast in German, but it is a podcast for starters with Bitcoin, right? Yeah, so if you want to begin to start with Bitcoin, you can listen the podcast of Nicole. What's the name, Nicole? Bitcoin kurz erklärt. So, how do you say that in English? Quickie in Bitcoin, yeah. yeah. So let us talk. Thank you for your talks. So let's talk about money, ladies. I give you some points to discuss. My question to you is, do you contribute to the family budget with your salary? And when yes, do you work at full-time or part-time job?
Okay.
That's really interesting for mommies, for women, which are now a family, which have a family now.
So we start with these
Yeah,
two questions.
yeah,
Okay.
with these.
Anybody that feels okay?
I'm Judith from Zurich, near Zurich. I do contribute to the budget of the family, and I work part-time. And reading this makes me a little bit angry because I do contribute anyway, if I would do with the budget or without. So yes, I would like to bring this in.
So my topic is, how are you integrated into the family finances? Okay.
By earning money, by spending money, by sparing money, and by doing work. So I always contribute to the budget,
Cool.
if I get money or not. Because the money which comes in goes out by me.
That's a good one.
So there is another question. Do you know where your money and assets are, inclusive Bitcoin, if you are already in Bitcoin, with your husbands, for example? Oh, yeah. That's really bad, as every Bitcoiner did.
So you mean the like a family strategy to invest in Bitcoin?
Yeah, is there, do you talk with your husband or with your family about all the finance assets? Because I very often hear that women don't have any idea what's going on with their money. It's all the husband who do all stuff with finance.
Oh my God, it's exactly what I had before. I'm speaking French. I'm Kate from Geneva.
Yeah.
I will try with my English, like you. So I was exactly like you told. So I was working half time, and my husband was managing everything. And he was very proud about this, and I was very happy to do things for the children and not to have to work so much. But after we have to stop our relationship, so after you have to be very, very strong, because you have to do everything: administration, insurance, money. And what's happened there? The father, like 30% of the person, he didn't pay the contribution. 30% of the men don't do it. So it's a long jog after. For me, it's more than 10 years. 10 years working to understand, really. And so I began first to lose money because we sold our house. So it's like if I had won on the lotto. But what do I do with so much money if I don't know what to do with? So I lose it. I lose a lot of it. And after I began to learn real estate, crypto, and now I'm doing like you, helping women, first women to change the life with crypto, because with much less money you can have much more than in real estate, and much less problems than with real estate. And it's much more passive, and it gives you much more empowerment. And so yes, I wanted to tell that it's
Good.
very important for me, what you do and what we are doing, girls power. So hope everybody is going to come in Bitcoin and crypto strategies.
Thank you. So,
Yeah, I also like to share on that, even though I'm not married yet and don't have kids yet, but I experienced what you were talking about just now with my mother, who got divorced and was in debt and was in a very difficult situation. So I developed the complete opposite mindset, saying like, I'm going to have kids when I can make sure I can afford them myself, no matter what happens. And that's like something that is really important for me, even though I value love, relationship, family, all that, but I want to make sure that the financial independence stays no matter what life circumstances are.
yeah. Thank you. So, another question. What if your partner dies? Can you do all this stuff?
How have you invested your money? Because I think you brought up a very interesting point about, do you invest in real estate? Do you invest in Bitcoin? And actually how appreciation of the assets is actually.
One very thing I want everybody to hear, very open your eyes. Diversification, your revenu, comment on dit?
The incomes.
Incomes.
Yeah.
Please do it. I have 30% salary, 30% real estate, 30% crypto. Please do it. This is the first. You will be very, very happy. And now I'm just working 50% just because I love it. I love my job. I'm a teacher for teachers, so I really love it. But please do it. Diversified. Just not listen to it, but do go in action now, please.
Yeah, it's
For
not
all the women, for your children.
It's not only to diversify your income. Talk with your husband and plan together.
Let's hear from a man.
Why should I diversify if I have an asset that appreciates 45% on average every year?
Well, that's a Bitcoiner.
So I do agree on the diversify, because you need have cash flow. You need to spend.
I'm not talking about cash flow. I'm talking about the value increase you gain through the investment. If you're locked up for 30 years in a real estate deal, you're immobile. You can't do shit. I can leave the country with my 12 words in my head, and my value is increasing every year.
Depends how many investments one, then
But I agree. I have one real estate I'm going to sell because I'm going to put it in crypto.
Oh, that's great. And hopefully in Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah.
So that for that reason I would never put everything into it. Like I respect it a lot. Like I really respect it, but I would personally not do it because I want to be always mobile, and for me diversification means I usually have some asset that is in the greens that I could use.
I just
So-
sorry, we couldn't hear you. So would you like to? I don't know. Anyway.
So are they
wait, I'll
all Bitcoiners here in the room, the ladies, or are they newbies?
I'm Bitcoin. I just wanted to say, with
winners.
respect to this diversification, okay, as a financial, whatever, investor, it is good to diversify, but I do also agree with. So, especially because of the ETFs and what BlackRock is doing since the beginning of this year, the fact that Bitcoin is becoming heavily regulated, and that there is no way that BlackRock, who holds and is a partner with JP Morgan and all the other million banks, if they set their mind to buy these ETFs, it means that the probability that Bitcoin is going to succeed is very high. So perhaps the diversification percentages can be higher, like 50% Bitcoin or 60%, 70%, and then something else.
So can we go forward, huh?
Yeah,
Because of the
go
time.
forward.
How does it feel when I come back to my question, what if your partner dies? Not so good, right? Yeah. So how's about financial education? When I go to other assets, like you said, for example, real estate, crypto, and other stuff, that's one topic. But the other is my living costs. How can I deal it when my husbands go away or if I'm divorcing? I have to do it by myself, and that's the question. It's fundamental. So go on an equal term with your husband or your partner. Talk about money. Common financial planning. Make it together. Respectful approach to the topic. Equal access to money, very, very important. Look that both can go or have access to the money or to the assets. Because a lot of women tell me that they are not interested in money. Her husband can do it better. Also the stuff with the mortgages or all insurance, all that stuff. Join responsibility and study Bitcoin if you didn't yet. Done. But the most important thing is buy Bitcoin and just do it. Learning by doing. Important. So I always say to my community, fix the money, fix your dreams. Not fix the money, fix the world. I say, fix the money, fix your dreams. It's important to understand that we need to be active. Learning by doing is the best thing you can do to engage with what many may be the new topic, right? If we don't start actively doing something, we will always remain a dreamer. That's not the goal. So Bitcoin is the best tool to build, for example, a pension, especially for women who as usually have a gap in their pension. Many women stop to work and they get babies and they look after their family. Then they start in a job, restart in the job to work in a part-time job. So that brings you in a gap with your pension. So study Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, and if you don't know how to do it by Relay. It's a really nice Swiss company, which my son works with them. Make a saving plan, and collect your Bitcoin every week or every month. That will fill your gap in your pension. It's one of the best examples you can do with Bitcoin. So take your future in your hands. That's really important. It's in your hands. And your Bitcoins, they are, of course, in a hardware wallet. So if you are new in the scene, if you are new in Bitcoin, they are so good ladies like Lisa or after then Sonia, which can help you to implement the hardware wallets, for example. And they show you how you can buy Bitcoin. So, let me look. Oh, I'm good. That's not normal. Normally, I'm talking too long. When you want to talk about money, if you have any question, or if you want to listen our German, it's a German podcast, or if you want to listen it in English, then you can listen it from my son. You will also find some stickers here, or on Linktree, you will find my social media addresses. Write me a message, and we can talk together. And thank you very much. Yes, sorry.
Thank you very much for both of you to make like such of a women's related initiative. I've been in the crypto space for a few years. All my income comes from a crypto company. I'm a employee, not technically employee, but work for a crypto company. So I've been in the 8 hours a day, every day working for it. We don't have as many women work on the workspace. So I guess bringing it as an asset, as part of your portfolio, as an investment, is great. But I also want to leave the perturbation out there for working in the crypto industry as well, in technology and all of that. And I also want to thank you because I come from a country that we have a lot of women killings by husbands, ex-husbands, as boyfriends, and we have a lot of financial hijacking of assets from Brazil.
Brazil. Oh, wow.
So when we talk about Bitcoin for women, we also like to remember that liquidity is important, and we have a lot of institutions, governments trying to prevent people from using Bitcoin too much. So the diversification is very important, we think, for women because of crypto winters, we know they can last many years, and we need to have monthly income, money. Some people put everything in Bitcoin. I see every day people losing everything because they lost access to wallet or scams or someone got into their wallets. So I guess bringing Bitcoin into women's life is a multifaceted situation. You can bring in different fronts. You have the investment side of Bitcoin. We have the long-term protection of wealth, which is like one of the main things, but also providing information about technology, blockchain technology and solutions for people sometimes that live in a country that is difficult to make transactions, or even if you have like bank prohibitions, bank restrictions, immigrants as well. So thank you very much for bringing attention to the topic and to spread the word, financial word for women. We need more financial freedom.
Yeah, thank you. So Brazil has a really huge, big Bitcoin community,
yeah, but
right?
Most men focused.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We don't have as many women as we would like to have.